Hey everybody, it's Erica from Inner Fire Wellness. The topic this week I want to discuss is having us be able to redefine rejection. And what do I mean by that? So a lot of us see rejection as a really negative experience and is actually a really big driver in our lives and how we build relationships and the decisions we make. In my blog last week, I talked about shame and what a huge driver that is in our lives, how that drives us, how it drove me in my decisions for the first 30 years. And this week in my blog, I discussed rejection and how this last year has completely changed my view of it from being this horrible experience to actually this really empowering tool. And I want to share a little bit of that with you in this video so that you can start to think about it not only for yourself, but how you teach rejection to your kids, your friends, your family, so we can redefine it as an empowering tool going forward as a group, again, instead of this horrible experience we're trying to avoid. So I read a book last year called Models by Mark Manson, which I highly recommend. He's the same author that wrote The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F. That's the F word. And he likes dropping the F-bomb as much as I do. So he's really entertaining to read. If you don't like swearing, it's not going to be your thing. But he wrote this book. It's actually a dating book for men, but I really truly think everybody should read it, whether you're a guy, you're a girl, you're married, you're single. This book talks a lot about concepts like rejection and neediness and getting our needs met, and it's a really fabulous book. But anyways, he described rejection as more of like a tool and a means that it keeps people apart who aren't going to be good for each other. And I never thought of it like that, that rejection could be this tool to keep people apart that ultimately aren't going to be good for you, or you're not going to be good for them. And it's just not going to be a match. The other thing I've learned about rejection in the last year, aside from seeing it as a tool, as seeing it exactly for what it is. And all rejection is non-alignment. It's like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. And a lot of us try to make our square pegness into round holes to try to match a situation that's not really for us. And then we end up, being disingenuous with ourselves and then being in a disingenuous situation. And then later on, it all collapsing in on itself. We've all been there in various degrees. And I know that I have. So in my year of dating the last year and being single, I have experienced plenty of rejection. I have done plenty of rejecting. And I've come to find that all it is non-alignment. It is just things aren't syncing up. And it has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with them. It's simply non-alignment. And how freeing is that to realize, oh, it's just non-alignment. However, a lot of us still experience a lot of pain with rejection. I know that I did. And I've come to realize that this is not simply just how it has to be for the rest of our lives. I've actually been able to heal myself with this and through theta healing and in particular inner child work. Because that's when a lot of us experience initial rejection is during our childhood, that I've been able to free myself from this pain and during this experience, because cerebrally I knew, oh, it's okay that I'm getting rejected because this person and I are not going to be good for each other. But it still like hit this chord with me that I was like, oh gosh, this hurts. But now, after healing those parts of myself, the rejecting is just kind of like, oh, okay. And there's not this like, painful experience with it. So I want you guys to know that you can heal from this too. Not only change your perspective, not only see it differently, not only be able to see it as an empowering tool, but also release the pain and the trauma and the those parts of the experience with it. So go ahead and read my blog at www.innerfirewellnessnc.com/blogs. My link to the blog is up here. If you want to read this week's blog or last week's or any of the others. Last week's was on shame. And I really want to empower us to redefine rejection and use it as an empowering tool and see it for exactly what it is, as non-alignment. So I hope this little tip helps you guys this week. and starts to get your brain thinking. And I hope you have a wonderful week. Take care of yourselves. Shine on.